Hey guys, how's it going? Richard here from Alien Bros, a team dedicated to the study of UFOs, military bases, and everything else relating to the alien phenomenon. And in this video, we want to discuss a relatively recent supposed finding about a phenomena that many of you have probably already heard about. However, for those of you that haven't heard about it, I'll explain what it is so you can have a clear understanding of the situation and be able to follow along appropriately. So this video is about a celestial body known as KIC 846285, better known as Tabby's star for some obvious reasons. This star has been the topic of major controversy since 2015 and has left scientists literally ripping their hair out trying to explain the cause behind this strange occurrence. Now, Tabby's star is an F-type main sequence star located in the constellation Cygnus, approximately 1280 light years from Earth. What makes Tabby's star so special is because it's a star that behaves like no other that we've ever observed. Its weird and dramatic dips in brightness have caused some astronomers to speculate about a possible Dyson sphere or alien megastructure around the star, built by an advanced civilization with the goal of large-scale energy harvesting. The Kepler Space Telescope has seen Tabby's star dim up to 20% over a matter of days, but the star also has much subtler, long-term, enigmatic dimming trends, with one continuing today. A new study announced on October 4th, 2017 suggests an uneven dust cloud moving around the star as the cause of the long-term dimming. No Dyson sphere needed. But is this true? Well, in my opinion, we can't be 100% sure what is causing Tabby's star to dim unless we either go there or create a telescope powerful enough to see it. Scientists at NASA and universities have been trying their best to give us a boring and mundane answer to this phenomenon since 2015, and rather than give us an answer, they use scientists at the University of Arizona, I guess to make it more believable to the general public.
Of course, we all know that these universities receive government funding and have to do whatever the government tells them to do, or else they lose their funding from Big Brother. And I mean, look at how they've done this in the past, losing trillions of our dollars into black projects. But it takes them forever to figure out what the heck is going on with a star. Anyway, I highly doubt they would want us knowing about an alien megastructure, if there is one out there.
To be quite honest with you, I don't believe it. NASA, aka our government, has been known to blur out images and hide evidence of aliens in space and our solar system for a very long time, so why would they let us know the truth about this now? I think this is probably an alien megastructure, and I think that the researchers at the University of Arizona are just lying to us about it to get our attention off of it. Why would it take 2 years for them to figure out it's a dust cloud? And the method of study that they used to determine this was so basic I can hardly fathom how they waited until just now to actually run the test. According to Fox News' website, they claim to have figured this out by looking at Tabby's star during one of its dimming cycles and noticing that this dimming was more pronounced in ultraviolet light than infrared light. They claim any object bigger than a dust grain would cause uniform dimming across all wavelengths. Now, what bothers me the most about this is the fact that it took them so long to do something as simple as looking at it through infrared. What also has me a bit uneasy is not only the fact that it took them so long to come up with this explanation, but also that they themselves have said this might, keyword being might, be an explanation for the dimming. They themselves are not entirely sure if it is actually the cause of it, but they are certain that if it is, then it's the first time they have ever witnessed a star with a massive dust cloud the size of at least 20 Jupiters orbiting around it. This, however, is not the only time the scientists have claimed to have possibly found an alien megastructure, although it is the only time they have thought it could be a Dyson sphere siphoning off a star's energy. Some of you may have heard about the vast radio burst being sent almost directly to Earth from FRB 121102, which is located in a galaxy 3 billion light years from Earth, and it's as though there is some kind of message. It is the only known location to have sent repeating radio bursts, which are only for a few milliseconds at a time, but are repeating, which is very substantial. The most likely culprit, they said, is that the radio bursts are coming from a giant alien probe or ship the size of 2 Earths, possibly using solar panels to fuel itself. This was the conclusion written in the original paper done by astronomers at Harvard, and information on this phenomenon is also available on the SETI website. It is essentially another giant alien megastructure, just not likely a Dyson sphere, and scientists have not been able to come up with any possible explanation for this one. The way FRB 121102 behaves rules out the idea of it possibly being a quasar, which left scientists with no other real plausible explanations. What is truly intriguing about the radio bursts is that they're taking at least 3 billion years each to reach Earth, and it seems as though the radio bursts were aimed right at us. This means that whoever, or whatever, I'm saying whatever because of a statement that SETI scientists made saying that aliens are likely machines, but that's for another video. Now, the society that sent these bursts is likely to be 3 billion years ahead of us in terms of technology and biological evolution. This is because of their distance from us and the amount of time it takes for one of these radio bursts to actually reach us. Since scientists now seem to think that aliens are affected by natural selection, they are likely to look like us if they are actual still living creatures, according to scientists that is. However, there is also the theory and likely possibility that they are no longer there and died off a while ago, and these radio bursts are actually a distress signal they sent out at the last second, which could explain why they were aimed at Earth. They could have been advanced enough to know that we are here, but that doesn't mean they were actually aware of how advanced we are as a species, as we may have been the closest planet to them that contains life, and we were the only option they had in terms of who to send a distress signal to. And this may sound far-fetched and, pretty far out there, but the ones proposing these theories are scientists, not me. I am just telling you guys what they said. Now let's get to the point, alright? These radio bursts are unexplainable. The fact that they even exist makes me have a harder time believing the new theories about Tabby's star, and the amount of anomalous footage that we have seen courtesy of NASA and Google Sky is simply mind-blowing. What makes it even worse is that researchers have caught NASA in the act of airbrushing these images out, and plenty of ex-NASA scientists have came out and said, yes, they do exist, and we were told to brush them out. An example is one that you're looking at right now on the moon. And plenty of these examples in space can be seen on NASA's ISS footage, which they lied about, attempting to say it was ice crystals. But let me tell you guys, ice crystals do not change directions and make maneuvers in the way that these do. I encourage you to look up the sightings yourself if you haven't already seen them. There are plenty of them. Simply googling NASA ISS UFO footage will bring up a ton of these recorded sightings, and you're looking at one right now which is quite suspicious. It's in the shape of the NASA logo, and a lot of researchers have felt that maybe there's a correlation between NASA's logo and this particular UFO, so it's reappeared in space on NASA's live feed more than once. NASA always attempts to dismiss them as something boring and mundane, thinking that the general public is a bunch of idiots and wouldn't be able to tell the difference between, say, an ice crystal and a UFO. Of course, we are definitely a lot smarter than that, and the fact that they try so hard to explain these things away is what really makes me have a hard time believing anything they say. In the case of Tabby's star, I don't believe the explanation. How you feel about it, however, is entirely up to you, and you can decide based off the evidence and how you feel about it. I definitely think they're hiding something, and for those of you that feel the same, I say let's continue the fight for disclosure and take these supposed explanations with a grain of salt. We won't know the answers on what any of this stuff really is until we can actually see it with our own two eyes and go to some of these far-off galaxies and experience these things for ourselves. For now, the distance is in our way, and of course so is NASA, but I'm sure sometime in the next couple hundred years we probably will be somewhere close to getting to one of these galaxies. I mean, just looking at the rapid advancements in technology and how quickly it's matured in the last, 60, 70 years, it's really insane. And I think we have alien technology to thank for that. Pretty sure the government and, those black projects have leaked out enough technology and information to the general public and private sector that we've been able to actually experience some of this technology for ourselves, even though we're probably still 50 years behind what the government actually has. Anyway guys, please let us know your opinions on what you think the truth behind these phenomena are, and leave those theories down in the comments. All ideas are welcome. There will be a new video up very soon, as we are trying to post every day, or at least as often as possible. If you guys like the video, then please like, share, and most importantly subscribe so you can support the channel and stay up to date on the latest news relating to the UFO phenomenon and really anything else that seems out of this world. Anyway guys, remember, the truth is always stranger than fiction. Also, YouTube is attacking our videos and demonetizing them left and right, and it's making it hard to keep the channel going. We started a Patreon page to try to help keep this research going, and every little bit definitely helps us to continue this research and increase our video quality, among other things pertaining to the channel's needs. We honestly hate that we need to ask this of you guys, but YouTube is kind of leaving us without much choice. They're not only attacking our videos, but other alternative news sources as well, so we must all be getting too close to the truth for their comfort. Anyway guys, thank you again. This is Richard from Alien Bros, and I'll see you guys again next video.